I'm Kevin Cole, man. Most people call me KC. You know, I was born and raised in Kansas City, Kansas. Majority of my life coming up in the Wyandotte County area is where it all started for me. Definitely in the inner city, the urban area. Very tough neighborhoods, man. I was from a neighborhood of drugs, crime, gang violence, all that. But it was never always that way. Just like any other inner city neighborhoods, there always was good times. You had your good times, bad times. Yeah, so this is where it all started at, man. KCK, Wyandotte, man, Roosevelt. Roswell, Roosevelt, 13th Street. This is where it all started for me and my family, man. This was the beginning for us. You know what I mean? Straight at the beginning, man. This is where it all started, man. Right here. And I could just spend here right now on this block. I just have a bunch of memories, man. Walking to the bus stop, hanging out my way for my friends to meet me at the bottom of the hill here at the stop sign and link up to walk to school. Like some days we walk to school, man, and so they didn't catch the bus, man. Rest in peace, man. I lost a lot of friends coming up, man. Rest in peace, Dominic Lewis. Rest in peace, Terry Wagner. Those are my good buddies, man. I miss them so much, man. I ain't had no friends like that since then, man. The streets took them away. And ever since then, man, I've been always focused on trying to find another way because I knew the streets were the answer. You feel me? Yes, sir.
Okay, the first of everything is very special to everybody. So Boo is the first grandson, and he just holds a special place in our heart, me and his grandpa. But his grandpa gone on, but I know he knows that he's still looking down on us. And Boo has always been just a special child. When he grew up in grade school, we used to go to the Kansas City Public Library, and the librarians was just really impressed with him because he was always so polite and he talked intelligently. And I was always proud of him too. And we just always had fun. And Boo has always been that person that he's just a respectful person. He just from a kid on up, and he's still that way. And everything I say about Boo, some things I tried to teach him how to save money. I don't know if I did a very good job doing that, but I think he knows how to do it if he gets it in his head. And I'm just so proud of Boo because he, seems like he's just a self-taught person. With everything that he does, I don't think he really had a lot of schooling for it, but he just got that intelligence, that wit about him that he can do things. And I just pray to God that God will show favor to him so that he can just continue with his passion. And I'm so proud of him being just a father. He takes such good care of his children. And I know they just love spending time with him, and he takes time with them. He just have so much patience with them. And I just kind of watch him work, and I enjoy doing that.
How I got into filming, well, I'm gonna tell you, I was never a techie type back in school. I was more of a hands-on person, hands-on type person, cooking,
like all my jobs were cooking and things like that. And then for a while, I got into like customer service and things like that. Like I always was into different type of things, but it's like I elevated over the years. It took me to the times when I worked for Ponderosa for like years out of high school, and after a while, I realized I was like, man, this Ponderosa money ain't banking, So I upgraded and went to another company called Synergy Group. I don't know if y'all know what Synergy Group is, but I ended up working at Synergy Group at the age of 17. And thanks to my auntie Willie Lyles, may she rest in peace, she the one that introduced me to that job. But that was my first introduction into clerical. Because then I began to learn that a man don't always got to use his hands to work or cook or work on cars, which more power to everybody who had their own skills, because everybody had their own skills. God bless us all. But I always said to be the more clerical type. And that's where it all started for me. Just being clerical, typing, and because I was always good at those things, like in school and everything, typing, all that stuff. Man, I was good with words, things like that. So that's where it started for me. And then eventually, over the years, as I got older, I got out of high school, I dabbed into some college, and then after a while, it's like you got to do something. At that point in your life, like I got to do something with my life. Because to me, working for a paycheck just wasn't enough. For me, I don't care how good the job was. Like it just working for a paycheck and knew what day I got paid and knew that I couldn't elevate. I couldn't have a good day. You understand? Like when you're in the business and you work and you can work a job, you can calculate what you do. If you work 30 days a month, you can calculate exactly what you're going to make. But when you got a business, you can make more in a week or a day. You can have your bad days, but I never wanted to be stuck in one income frame. Like I want to be able to excel as far as I can, financially as I can. And I knew working a job with a set income was not going to cut. So over the years, I explored, like I said, music. I tried a lot of things, and I have a lot of skills. I'm a graphic design. Like I like to know I do graphic design. I'm an app developer. I'm a website developer. These are a lot of things skills that I possess. Like I tell anybody else, I do photography as well. But like I tell people, I'm not a photographer. I'm not a videographer. I'm not an app developer. I'm not a website developer. I'm a person who has these skills. I've obtained these skills, and I use them to get where I'm going. It's just like what I'm doing right now.
How was Kevin as a child? As a child, Kevin was very sweet. He was very caring. He was very giving. And he loved his mom. I could say that much, but he loved his mom. That was my shadow. Everywhere I went, he went. I used to try to put him down for bed. No, he don't want to go to bed. He always want to sleep with his mama. Couldn't get rid of him. Just always around me. But it was something special about Kevin. I knew he had a special gift from the time he was born, just how he carried himself and the way he acted. And he was always curious about things and want to know how things work and putting stuff together. And he loved electronics at an early age. So I knew at an early age that he was going to do something that involved electronics. He was games. He loved his games. Yeah, he had every game had to buy all of them. Every one of them had to buy every game he wanted. Every game that came out, Kevin had to have it. He had to have every game. But he was really instrumental in a lot of ways of getting the things that he wanted. He was always like take charge type of person. He took charge. And he would take charge. He's like, well, Mama, I got these books, and I can sell these comic books, and then I can buy this game. He was willing and dealing. And the boy wasn't even about 7, 8 years old. He was willing and dealing, making his own way, And then I said, yeah, he's going to be a leader. And so then he would will and deal and get his games and stuff. And then he even got to the point to where he would will and deal with his friends to get what he wanted and stuff. And, everybody was happy. He got what he wanted and they got what they wanted. He was, I remember when his brother was born, Sylvester. He was a little bitty boy. He was short. He was short. When he was a little short thing. He wasn't really tall, but he was a little short thing. And I was in the hospital and I was walking, waiting for my water to break. And I looked down at this little boy like this little bitty boy, and he held my hand. And he walked up and down the hospital hallways, back and forth, holding his mama hand, waiting for his little brother to be born. I mean, that just melted my heart. I thought that was the sweetest thing. And then as we were walking, my water broke. I said, "Oh, it's time." He said, "Well, mama, is it time for my baby brother to come?" I said, "Oh, yeah, it is." And I just thought that was the sweetest thing that really stood out. And he always cared about his brother and his sister. He was more like he schooled them in a lot of ways because he was the oldest. He schooled them in a lot of ways because he was the oldest. Our times weren't good times. We had some good, some bad. He's the oldest, so he remembered the most of all the children. He remembered the bad time more than his brother and sister. He remembered, but he was always a soldier. He was always there and say, "Mom, it's gonna be okay. Mom, it's gonna be okay." He would come rub my hair and stuff. It's like he just knew when I was feeling some type of way, and he would come over and he'll hug me or he'll rub my hair or something. And that made me want to go on because it was just him and I, and I wanted to go on. He gave me strength to go on. And I appreciate that. I seen him in, like I said, when he was a little boy, he had that giving spirit already, that giving spirit. But he's a very serious person also. I seen that he was a serious person when he was younger too. He's not the kind, he'll play around, but he's really all about that business, He's just all about that business. Even like I said, when he was younger, he was serious about making his money, serious about getting them games, serious about getting them comic books. He had me rolling up and down everywhere, pawn shop, baseball card shop, whatever name it. He was out there making money at an early age. So yeah, he's really on point though as a child. He really was.
Um, but it came off, I want to do films, I just been like, I just started seeing other people making films and everything. A couple of people that I might have bumped the shoulders because I've been around the world, Atlanta know me, KC know me, New York know me. Um, a lot of I be in and out from Atlanta or whatever. So I get around, met a lot of people, got a lot of good friends, and this is something I picked up on. I said, what's this taught me to make a film? So I decided one time that me and she was my girlfriend at the time. We said we're gonna write a film. We got always put our credit juices together. Oh yeah, we also had a podcast when nobody was doing them. Like we had our own podcast. It was called KC Entertainment Radio, and then we ended up changing over to Hot 816 Radio, and we did that as well. But we always did create things together. And I said, you know what? It just dawned on me because I had bought this camera. I never forget, it was a Nikon 3200, D3200. I bought this camera brand new. I came across some bread. I bought this camera, right? Didn't even know how to use it. I bought Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Elements, and a camera, tripod, everything. I didn't know nothing about lenses. I didn't know nothing about it. I just knew when I bought this stuff, I knew I spent those thousands of dollars into this equipment. I was going to learn how to use it. And so there you go. I started to YouTube University. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on YouTube. I got on YouTube, then I learned from people who were skilled already. I came a point, I remember I didn't even know how to load a video up to YouTube. Shout out to Billy Hughes. I inboxed him because I knew that he shot videos. And I was like, Billy, how do I load up a video? What format do I put the video in? He was like, MP4 or something. I was like, oh, okay, because whatever I was doing, the format I was choosing wouldn't load onto YouTube at the time. So shout out to Billy Hughes, man. Sometimes people that you never know can help you. See, I don't forget what nobody's do for me. I don't care if we don't fuck around or cool, but if you've reached out, you could ignore me. Billy could ignore me and not told me shit. So shout out to Billy Hughes, man. And that's how I learned how to upload videos. So time after time, I'm doing my graphics and I'm asking my friends how to do this. Shout out to Reese, how do I do these graphics? Like how I can get my stuff like this? And I had people that actually helped me. They reached out and they helped me And I was so appreciative, man. I just want to let y'all know just for just even taking your time to even answer my question. So this is a part of my journey. So what I'm telling you basically is that before I even got to filming, I had a lot to learn. It did come overnight. Nobody did help me. The budget was whatever I wanted to invest into it, which was almost none on my first film. And it was called Demonstrated. It was a film, and you can check it. It's on YouTube for free. It's like my worst work ever, but it showed me that I could make a movie, even though it wasn't my best movie. But it showed me that I could make a movie, and that was my motivation for that. And after that released, and I got all the critics and everything, I got bad critiques on it. Some people said you did this, you could do this better, and yeah, I listened to what everybody had to say, and I took in what I want to take in, and for it's like other things, advice I probably didn't need, but I took my time out and applied to my skills and what I felt like I needed to apply to make my next film better, which is Powers to Be.
Hi, my memories of my brother, I call him Boo. You all know him as Kevin. Was when we were younger, and he made breakfast for me and Sly, which is our other brother, and he scrambled like 12 eggs together, and it was like so many eggs. Like we had so many eggs left. Oh, this is so funny. I don't know why. It was so many eggs. We had enough to where we could have fed everybody, But he was very sweet. He did that because mom was going to work, so he was big brother, so he made sure that his siblings had food. So that's one of the best memories that I have of my older brother. But he's very caring. He's passionate. He's very smart. He's just the whole package, I'm very proud of him and everything he's accomplishing. He's a good dad, a good husband, a good brother. And I'm just happy to be here.
My big bro. I think I could say I learned about my big bro. I learned so much from him. He showed me a lot of different things, For as a young kid, he showed me how to, do music. He showed me how to hustle when it comes to basketball cards, baseball cards, video games. I mean, we was willing and dealing since we was little kids. So one thing I can say is my brother, he always had that ultimate hustle about himself, you know what I'm saying? And he always kept that hustle going. He always kept the job. I remember he was working at Ponderosa, making those paychecks, buying those cars from Credit Motors. My brother, he was on it. He influenced me to go out there and have something to do something. So one thing about having a big brother like my brother, my only brother, is you get a chance to, see the things that he do, and he get a chance to teach you different things. So one thing I can say is I appreciate my brother, everything that he do. And if you know my brother, KC, Kevin Cole, it's a good person to have around in your life. He will bless you with a lot of different things, and most definitely, he's talented. So that's one thing you can't take away. He is talented, So me learning all the things and applying all the things, I must say I learned a lot of things from my brother, and I thank you and I appreciate it. I love you, bro.
Yes, when Boo was in grade school, he used to make all kind of little things, and he would always bring them to Grandma. Of course, Grandma kept them all too, and he made a leather little thing and had Casey on it. I still got all that. And then he just everything little projects he did, he brought them home to Grandma. Of course, Grandma kept them.
All right, I'm here to talk about my son, Kevin Cole Jr. I'm Kevin Cole Sr. Uh, some memories I remember when he was first born. He just always was a happy baby, always smiling, and uh, something I'm most proud of him of is how he take care of his kids. He really takes time out with each one of them and make sure that they got everything that they need. And I'm sorry, phone ringing. Uh, just very proud of his goals that he set and he achieves. And my nickname for him is I call him Big Time because he always he's that big time kind of guy, you know. I just always liked how he strived to get to where he want to get to, and and another thing I just could really say about him that he's so respectful as a kid. Yes sir, no sir to adults. Even when he was a kid, he was always very respectful. And I just love, how he take care of his kids, and he's such a respectful guy. And these movies and stuff he's making, I'm just really so. I'm seeing the things that stuff that he likes to do that he accomplished, and he does a real damn good job on setting his goals and accomplishing them. And he's a that's my son, Kevin Cole Jr.
All right.
I'm most proud of Kevin, the man he is today, because I done seen Kevin overcome so many obstacles. We went through a lot, but he was always a soldier through it all. He was always a soldier through it all. Even, now, he helps his friends and everything. He always had room for other people. No matter what he goes through, he's always there to lend a helping hand to someone else. He's a very knowledgeable person. I'm so proud of him. He's very knowledgeable in all areas. He's knowledgeable. And I'm proud of that. I'm just proud of the man he is today. He's a good father. He's a great father. He's a good dad. He's a great son. He's someone I could call and really be serious with. Because he's going to be serious with me. And he's going to tell me the truth. That son, Kevin, he going to tell me the truth. I don't care if it hurt my feelings or whatever. He don't care. If I ask him something, he going to give me the truth. And I love that because I can go to him with something and he going to tell me the truth. And he's not going to sugarcoat it. And I really appreciate that. Because most kids are trying to sugarcoat it. Nah, he wants what's best for me as his mom. So therefore, he's going to be honest and straightforward with me. Sometimes he's a little too straightforward. And I'm like, okay, now don't forget I'm your mama. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's a little, but still, I love that in him. I love that in him. He's very educated. He's very intelligent. He's very empathetic. He's kind. I mean, he's just a good child. Considering what he went through as a child, he turned out to be an awesome, awesome, awesome man. And I just love that boy.
So yeah, powers to be was something, man, that was a great project. You know, um, me and Shamil, we wrote this project together, and you know, it came out to be something really nice, man. It all started off as we played it out in our mind, like, the bottom line of that, we all played it all out in our mind, and then it became a reality, and that's what it was. So, and so, well, we followed it. So, yeah, it became a reality, man. We wrote 6 episodes for it, 6 episodes, and then after that, we was focused. Make sure we was focused. You get that clarity on everything. And then, after that, we started casting. And I told her from the beginning, I said, Shamil, when I cast for this film, I want some new young people to give them opportunity. So that's what we wanted to do. Give them some opportunity. So that's what we did. So I reached out to my nephew first. I was already helping my nephew out with shooting videos and photography, just building his brand, which is something I do very well. So, you need artists out there, you need help building your brand, your image, and get you out there. You'll see what I did for you, man. It was awesome. Yeah. That's what we do. He adopted, like I said, all new level. I mean, we have some people that were still in high school. Shout out to Molly Conmore, aka Conmore, Mike Diesel, Darian Way Up, Anaya Sutherton. I ain't trying to leave nobody out, but they all did their thing. But that was young, man. They was young. Shelby Keith, she played the mother of one of the characters. And shout out to Shelby Keith, she was in my first film. Yeah. I believe in keeping relationships with people, especially good ones. Definitely don't talk about bad relationships. But yeah, I definitely believe in that. Who else? Yeah, Rona. Shout out to Rona. He came all the way from Oklahoma. Fuck with us, man. So that was much love, man. And got him in there. And it just came out, man. I mean, a lot of people doubted. I think at a point, some of my own cast members doubted it, but they got to learn the way I move because don't nobody move the way Kevin moves. I move my own way, my own style. You can't count my ducks or my bread. Learning to put it out there like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, we did it. We put the film together, man, and it's a hit. Straight up hit. That's what it was, a straight up hit. And now here we are, season I'm not gonna forget her, Shanice Bailey. She's another character on there, because Shanice was way here the last one from her. I didn't mention her name. Shanice did a great job as well. All right. And man, we had a complete cast, and we looking to grow for season 2. We looking to have new characters. Not saying we don't deal with these young people, but we like to get people amateurs. Like amateurs, don't care what age you are. It's never too late. It's never too late to start an acting career, because you're dealing with a director. We're not just doing one type of film. So, Powers to Be was more of a street drama. We got other dramas coming too. So, don't think we're in one lane, because we ain't never been in one lane. You hear me? Never. Never been in one lane. Me and Shamil have many talents. And we come from so many different, some of the same familiar backgrounds, but a lot different as well. We're making it so diverse and effective. And yeah. So yeah, man. We working. One thing they can't say, Loft Studio One. Can't see the director. We working, man. We are working. Yeah. But other than that, man, y'all keep it cool, man, and we catch y'all out. All right, man.
My brother has accomplished a whole bunch. He has 2 movies out and many more to come. I'm very proud of him. Casey, the director, he's already big now, but he's going to be even bigger. And just everybody just show your love and support. And we appreciate it. And brother, I'm proud of you. I love you.
Such a long journey, but at times it feels like the journey has just begun. Never be afraid to take the risk. Stay persistent and grind, grind, grind. Don't let fear stop you from taking a risk. You should fear not taking a risk at all. I'm done dreaming.